Syncopation.
We live.
And we live. You can see us.
Yes. Wow.
We can
It's a
look at
first.
you.
We can
Hi.
look at you. Oh,
Hello.
you're right there.
Hello.
There you are.
Hey,
There
you are.
I see you.
What's up?
I see you. I see you.
Welcome to Start Off.
Oh yeah.
This is Isaiah.
And this is Matt.
Yeah.
We are
This
Start
is
Off.
what we look like.
Yeah.
For those of you who have never met us, our good old Wee Wee Baguette fans out there.
Yeah.
Them French fans.
What?
We have French fans. We've talked about this
we
before.
We have French fans.
We have French fans.
French friends. That's right. That's right.
We have French fans, yeah.
Do you speak French?
Oui.
Yes. Ah, okay. Okay.
That's it. No, I'm just kidding. I took 4 years of French.
French.
We're off to a great start today. I took 4 years of French, and you would think that I would know basic French. No. Just, I don't know what I did for 4 years, but it wasn't learning French.
4 years.
4 years.
It's one more than three.
I know. And two more than two.
That's a lot of years, man. Were you in the French Honor Society?
Absolutely not.
You weren't.
No, dude, I barely spoke a lick of French.
How did you progress? Any of them?
A lot of Google Translate.
Was it online? Or was
No, it was in person. It was in person. You just prayed to God that you didn't get called on, because French 4, or it might have been French 3, is completely in French. They don't speak English.
That really sucks.
It's the worst, because you're like, you have bits and pieces because you've been doing this for 2 years.
Yeah.
But not to the level where you're like, yeah, I can talk with you and be comfortable in conversating in French.
Was the instructor actually French?
Yes. But he also taught Spanish. And he primarily taught Spanish.
That's actually kind of fire.
It's actually pretty great.
Fire.
Yeah. He's got the Romance languages.
Yes.
Yeah. But welcome to Start Off. We're going to be doing topic things because that's what we do here. If it's your first time, we do topics. I'm going to say a topic. Isaiah's going to say a topic. We're going to see whose topic gets picked based on our pick. And we'll vote on it. And if it's a tie, then we have a number generator because we're unoriginal. So, Isaiah, how's your week been?
My week has honestly been, it's been all right. I just started applying for apartments, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
for you and
man.
Emily?
Yes.
That's crazy.
And we are literally in the process of working on it right now.
Wow.
I've completed my part, but since she's 18 or over 18 and going to be living with me, she's kind of like a
Like a dependent, basically?
like a just someone who's going to be living in the apartment that's over 18.
Got it. But she's not also signing the lease.
Correct. It's just me.
Right. Okay.
So I got one, man. All right. So, I don't think necessarily every apartment goes by this rule, but a lot or most of them are like, they want you to have 3 times the income.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much I meet the requirement by like $20.
Oh, nice.
So like, I'm like,
don't lose any income.
Yeah.
Or you will be homeless. Holy crap.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
really stressful.
It's very stressful. And so like I'm just really praying that we do get it.
Where have you applied at? Oh, wait. You can't say that.
Well,
I mean, like, where are you going to live?
I'll tell you.
Don't do that.
Well, I'll be very vague.
Don't dox us.
I'll do it.
You.
I'm
talking to you.
I'll do it. I'm talking to you.
I'm talking to you.
I'll do it in a way that you guys will understand, but they would possibly never. I mean, it's very possible.
Well, what if they're from here?
Look.
No. We're not taking any chances. We're not doing this.
Well, if someone wants to come and say hi, then I don't mind.
No, you should mind.
Well, yeah, probably. I'll let you know from here. It's not far. It's
Oh, great. Okay.
about 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. That's
in this
safe.
It's
That's
in this
safe.
area.
Cool. Okay.
Relative, like, yeah,
This way going on the road or this way going on the road?
that way.
This would have been great if we didn't have cameras. Because now they know the general direction in our vicinity.
Yeah. No, but they can dox us.
They can probably dox us. There's got to be something incriminating we've said.
Probably.
What are we on the 20th episode? I think we were saying.
Yeah.
We've incriminated ourselves at some point.
Yeah.
Do what you want to us.
Yes. With that information.
With that information.
Yeah. But no, So my week's been going pretty well. Just applying for apartments and stuff. How's
Awesome.
your week been though, man?
Good. On my way here, there was a red sunset, and there was a grave that I passed by that was open. And I've been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild, and I have concerns. You hope it was a miracle?
Wait. Bro,
Probably not. You hope it was. You hope Jesus is out here raising the dead? Probably not.
I mean,
But there was I'm not joking. There was a open grave that like the headstone had been tipped over and the grave was open. No one was digging around it. It wasn't like there was a funeral around it. It was just an open thing. It was next to my house, and I'm concerned.
well, maybe it's not what we think it is.
Again, you hope it was a miracle, because that's great.
Maybe they were digging a grave.
No, there was no one there.
No, wait. Well, perhaps they were in the process of creating one.
There was no one at the when I drove by. There wasn't like a car there.
Maybe they weren't finished.
I mean, if you want to leave open graves, that sounds awful and terrifying. I mean, we hope that, but there was already a headstone at it, and the headstone was kicked over. So,
Yeah, I guess so.
bad signs.
guess
Grave
so.
robbing.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's a thing.
Which, like, how valuable of something, like, are you going to go in there and be like, oh my God, there's like a switch in here?
Well, like, I mean, I don't know if I should say this, but like,
Is this another thing where you're going to possibly get arrested?
probably.
Great, go
But like, I do know that like body parts are like you can sell it.
Oh, well, yeah, that's
So
fair.
I don't know if like the guy like just died and maybe they're like, yeah, let's get the pancreas.
Harvest his organs. Maybe.
The harvest is bountiful.
All right.
Yeah, well, I'm just
Topics.
Oh, my topic is collectibles and things that we like to collect.
Well, you really just went in there. I figured that there would be like
Foreplay.
something, some form of foreplay or something.
No,
you just
no,
really were like collectibles. We're done. What's you got?
Yeah, well, isn't that what? That's what we do. We talk.
That's what we do. That's what we do. All right. My topic is, since there's no foreplay at all, my topic is nightmares.
Nightmares. Part
Nightmares.
2. Part 2.
Do we have a part 1?
No, we did fears. We did
Oh,
fears.
we
That's
did
what it was.
fears, but this is. I think nightmares are different. We'll address that if we pick the topic.
Okay. All right.
So, the vote.
The vote. Or are we gonna ask for Karis's idea?
Oh no. Well. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Karis doesn't have anything.
Okay. All right.
He's a hack.
All right.
Pokemon.
What? he also doesn't have a mic, so shh. In your corner.
Pokemon.
No. He's shouting Pokemon names, and I'm confused.
Is
The
that
topic.
Oh,
Pokemon?
really? Oh yeah, we did say we were gonna do Pokemon. Sure.
Pokemon's fire,
Okay.
man?
Okay.
Like,
All right. We can do Pokemon. Votes. Isaiah, what do you vote for?
Pokemon.
Interesting.
What about you?
I also vote for Pokemon.
You don't vote for collectibles? Collectibles are Pokemon. You could collect Pokemon.
But I don't.
You don't?
No.
You don't even collect the knowledge?
Is that I'm gonna vote for Pokemon. I'm not playing this song and dance. Pokemon it is then.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yay!
All right.
Topic Pokemon. Talk to me about Pokemon.
Who's your favorite Pokemon? Or that might be hard. Top 5.
Top 5. Okay. Chimchar.
Interesting.
Infernape by extension. The evolved version of Chimchar.
So you would just, yeah, I mean, that's all Chimchar.
Yeah, Chimchar. Okay, we'll go with that. Like, I'll say like the first evolution.
Yeah.
And we'll just say that it spans all of them. Chimchar. Charmander. I mean, it's classic.
Charmander. Oh, so you're a
Charizard.
spicy person.
I'm a spicy
You
guy.
like the spice.
I'm a spice. Snorlax. Love a good plushy boy.
They have a giant Snorlax.
I know they do. I've seen they have beds that are Snorlaxes.
Like $300.
It is, and I aspire to one day have enough money to get a Snorlax bed.
Would you
So if
want to
would
split it?
to sponsor us and sponsor this podcast so I can get a Snorlax bed, It'd be good.
Would you want to split it and then like 1 week you can use it, 1 week I use it?
Unquestionably, yes.
All right, well, let's see how
Well,
much.
it's a done deal. Frick you, we don't need your money.
Well, let's see how much they go for.
Okay, so yeah, him, Arcanine.
Oh yeah,
Love
yeah.
A lot of Gen 1. Gen 1 was great. And then probably
No way.
maybe Pancham.
Who the frick is that?
Pancham. He's a panda from Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Yeah, I stopped at Platinum.
Most did. Most stopped at like Emerald or like Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, I stopped with the regular DS. I didn't get a 3DS.
I did get it on Switch because I was big into Pokemon Go. I had a real Pokemon Go phase that lasted way longer than it should have. And during that time, I was like, I need an actual Pokemon game because I played the first Pokemon game that I ever played was Pokemon Emerald on an emulator on my phone
Yeah.
during high school. And I remember sitting in study hall and all I did was play Pokemon Emerald and I freaking crushed it. All I did was farm in little fields of grass with flipping. Oh, shoot. Blaziken. Blaziken's also-
Blaziken. Oh man,
Love Blaziken. Yeah, all I did was farm in a field until I got Blaziken.
bro.
And then in the first and second levels that you get in Emerald.
Yeah.
And I just farmed in the same 2 fields of grass until I got him and then
Wait.
obliterated everybody for like
Wait, you can
10
find him in
levels.
the wild,
yeah, he's a starter.
but you wouldn't find him in the wild though, right? Would you?
Oh no, I'm talking about like farming XP in that level.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I just did that and then obliterated the next 10 levels with no problem.
Oh yeah. See, yeah, that's the thing about like all like RPG type games is you can like grind, and then
I
like
wouldn't say all, but there's a large amount that I would say yeah.
if you do grind though, and like boost your level by like 20, and you know like if you are level 50 and everyone else is level 18, then you're just gonna like wipe the floor for everybody.
That's one of the things that I appreciate about a good RPG is that, which let's be clear, Pokemon is a okay RPG. Let's be real. It's okay. It's okay. It's not groundbreaking. It is in the sense that it started the genre of like Pokemon knockoffs. It started Digimon. It started like all the Pokemon knockoffs basically. It started like the Pocket Monster kind of thing, but it's not, as far as RPGs go, groundbreaking.
So what would you say is a amazing RPG?
Chrono Trigger,
Huh. I haven't played that one before.
absolute masterpiece.
Haven't played it.
So good. It's on Steam. It's not on. I don't think it's on any consoles. It may. I played it on my laptop. I played it on Steam. Absolute masterpiece. The best RPG I've ever played. At least like if we're talking like 8-bit RPGs. Yeah, one of the best.
Even like, can you think of even like 3D RPGs that are what you'd say are also good?
3D RPGs. See, I'm not a huge RPG person just because the RPGs are so repetitive in a sense. Like, I'm a big fan of an 8-bit RPG. I'm like, yeah, because that's got an aesthetic that I like.
Yeah.
But if it's 3D, like some Final Fantasies are really fun.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 15 is fantastic. Like Kingdom Hearts, which is technically an RPG. Fantastic, really great. But it's like some of them, it just falls into the like, it's your turn. Are you going to use the same 4 hits that you did the last time, or are you going to use the special thing that you can only use twice times?
Yeah. That's
That's an RPG,
so,
baby.
you know what, Matt? I might be able to sell you on one.
Okay, go on.
The first 6 or technically 7 Yakuza games were like not turn-based, but then the 8th one in the series, I think it's, well, technically it's 7. It's
Okay.
technically 7. The 7th one, they made it turn-based. And
Interesting.
I've been playing it so far. It is amazing. It is amazing. It's 3D, so you get to explore a like a Japanese city. It's I think it's a fake city. It's Yokohama, and there's so much to do in this game. So
Okay.
I thought that I was like, oh, turn-based. I don't want to play Pokemon, but with Yakuza. But it is amazing. The story, it's like, the best way I would describe the story is, have you ever seen a comedy skit where it's like a full circle moment? It's like they almost like bring in something that they said in the beginning towards the end. Kind of like that. That's kind of how I would describe Yakuza. It's like every single detail that you think is irrelevant, you're like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? And then like 10 hours later, you're like, oh, I see. That makes sense. That explains this. The writing is just so good. It is a masterpiece. I'm not even done with it, but it's so fun. It's so diverse. So there are, currently, there are 6 playable characters. You only play as 4 at a time. But each character has like 8 different classes, and they're all different. So it's like you have a possibility of like 48 different like classes that you can choose from, and you have to level up each one, and each one has different abilities, and some stay with the character irregardless of the class, and it's super deep, and like I didn't realize how deep it was. It's so fun. It's so fun, but the story is amazing. But one thing that Yakuza games are famous for are the side quest.
Okay.
So I've played games like Breath of the Wild, and you got like fetch quests, or where you gotta like take this thing here and do that, or go to here and defeat these guys. That's not Yakuza. You might eventually have to fight, but it's like, all right, I currently just did a quest like a couple hours ago. This is how it goes. A guy is like, he's having issues with his wife, and he's talking with you, and he's like, I really want to be a better husband and a better father for my kids, right? And then all of a sudden, while you're talking to this guy, you hear babies crying in a nearby home, and then the main character's like, hey, look, I know that you were talking about trying to be a better father. What better way than helping out that baby right there? And so
That's awesome.
what he does is he's like, okay, Kasuga, that's the main guy's name. He's like, okay, Kasuga, we gotta get some stuff for the babies. We need like warm milk and formula, right? And so
it's a silly fetch quest.
silly fetch quest, but
Okay.
so you go and do that, and then he's like, okay, we got the formula. Now we can go and help those babies in there. When you go in there, it's not babies.
It's big. Isn't it men dressed as babies?
It's grown men.
Yep.
It's grown men.
I've seen this.
It is.
I've seen this.
It is the patriarch for one of this like Yakuza family, and he's got his boys, and he's like, wow, I can't believe that you decided to hear babies and instantly wanted to just get them some formula. So he was like, you know what? He was like, Takashi, bring the fresh formula. And then your main guy's like, I really don't want to drink the formula. He's like, really? You're going to like abuse my kindness like this? He's like, are you serious right now? And then you start fighting him, and then you beat him up, and then all the while he's wearing a diaper, and he's like 6'6", and he's like 300 pounds wearing a diaper, and it's.
I mean, that sounds pretty fantastic.
No, it's
That's
amazing.
understandable, Yeah.
I'm like busting out laughing while I'm beating grown men up in diapers. Also, and then
What more could you want?
Now, Matt, the best part is it's not just a story, and it's not just like you're just getting that like funny little side thing. That guy ends up becoming a person you can call in to fight. So
That's awesome.
and guess what his attack is?
What?
His attack is it's this grown man. He's wearing a diaper, and he falls on the ground, and he starts whining like a baby. And he whines so loud it lowers the enemy's attack and defense. It's amazing.
That's awesome.
So it's not like you're just doing the side quest for no reason.
You get a debuff out of it.
Yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
so it is a flawless game, and
That's
I would
fantastic.
highly recommend it.
I will definitely be checking that out. That sounds fantastic. I will say, I know you're a huge Yakuza guy. I know
Yeah.
you love Yakuza. I played the first Yakuza, and it was like, I didn't get to the level where like I know because I've seen videos and everything of how silly Yakuza is, especially like I know the first one is like suddenly you're playing golf. It's like it's like you can do whatever. But maybe I was doing it wrong. I played the story like pretty thoroughly to where I wasn't doing any side quests. I wasn't doing anything. I was just like, all right, let's do the story because that's how I play games.
Really?
Yeah. Do you have to do the side quests? Is that like the deal with Yakuza?
I mean, you don't have to do them, but like to fully like they reward
The fun
exploring.
parts.
You know, like you might just be like walking in a park and then like you see something. So it isn't necessarily like I would say the story itself is very silly, but all the side quests. So how far would you say you probably got into it? Because I think last time I talked to you, you said you only played for like an hour.
Yeah, I only played for about an hour. Like an hour. I probably played after we talked for maybe about half an hour.
So like, yeah, it probably takes at least 2 or 3 hours to really get into it. So I mean, it's like a 30-hour game. So like,
No, it's not bad.
and that's just story, you know, like so I would say just keep, like it just gets so much better. Like I will say it starts off a little slow. You're like, oh, what's going on here? But then like it picks up and then like it picks up and you're like, oh wait, this guy's really this and this guy's this and oh, I got betrayed by that guy and that guy's really my dad. And you know, like
awesome.
I mean, it's amazing. Like so much so that I was like after I finished, I was like, there's like 8 more games, and they are all that same quality, if not
fantastic.
better. So,
Also, I'm going to throw an audible.
yeah, what's up?
I think we're probably going to talk about RPGs for the rest of this time.
Yeah.
So we're changing it. The topic is no longer Pokemon. It is now RPGs.
That's start off,
Freaking
man.
deal with it. That's start off, baby.
That's start off, baby.
That's start off, baby.
It's just showbiz.
That's Hollywood, baby. That's Tinseltown. All right.
Tinseltown.
Tinseltown, baby.
What does that mean?
It means Hollywood.
Oh.
It means those sweet stars shining bright and giving me that money.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
The stars.
Okay. But I was wrong. The best RPG ever made is a little game called Dungeons and Dragons.
You mean like the card or the
I mean the actual thing, the actual game, Dungeons and Dragons.
like the video game or
No.
like what we
Like what we've
yeah
done.
okay
Yeah.
oh yeah
For those of you who do not know, I'm a huge D&D guy. Love D&D. Played it yesterday. Love it to death. It's fantastic. Isaiah's played with me. He's a Hexblade Warlock, or was. I'm a Paladin. It's the best game. It's one of the best games. That was a family group chat because I could feel the buzz in my.
no it was that must have been a phantom buzz, bro. It was
What
it was just a text of me, dog.
Oh no, that's actually the D&D people.
Oh, wow,
D&D
see?
guys texting me. Okay, but yeah, huge D&D person. Love D&D to death. Best game I've ever played. Period.
Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I would rather play D&D over Breath of the Wild any day.
I can see why you'd say that.
It's the most. There's no game like it. There's no game where you are pretending to be your character and it's not cringy. It doesn't exist.
It can be cringe.
It can be cringy if you do it wrong, but we're cool. So, it's bro. If you don't, is everything okay?
Yes.
Finally, we have cameras. You can see this man's sussiness. It's ridiculous.
Dude,
Stop gaslighting the camera.
No, I just think it's so funny because like it's like a sitcom. I can just like
Yeah,
I
you're
look
just
at
like-
the camera, I'm like
All right. Anyways, but yeah, D&D is amazing. Isaiah played D&D. Not as much of a fan as he was.
yeah.
Which is fine. Yeah. Which is fine. I, on the other hand, play D&D on a, if I can, weekly basis. And it's amazing. It's the most, again, the most immersive game I've ever played because there's never a game where you're actually, like, sure, you can, like, you're pretending to be the protagonist and everything, but it's never like, me, Matt, am going to speak, do, and say things that the character is going to do.
Yeah.
And this character's life or death is going to be determined by myself.
Pretty much.
Like it's The Sims on steroids.
Yeah.
And it's the best RPG. And I would say it is an RPG because it's turn based. It's you have a limited amount of things you can do in a turn. There's HP. There's
MP?
MP.
Or whatever it's called.
Kind of. Well, spell slots, I guess, would count as MP. So yeah. I'd say it's an RPG. But yeah, best RPG ever.
I really enjoy D&D for the fact that you could essentially do whatever you want.
Yep.
Like, I'm a very quiet person, and I wanted to act like I'm not.
No, that's actually absolute crap.
No, I wanted to act like I was a 14-year-old surfer kid. And everyone else, and that was my actual age in the game.
Yep.
Where everyone else was 20, 30s, 40s, or whatever.
Yep. He was a fish boy.
Yeah, and what was the accent? I feel like did I talk like the
You talk like Shaggy.
Yeah. Wait, what was it like? It was like,
Whoa, man. That's crazy. Something like that.
I forgot. Wow, what did I do?
It's very Sonic. It's very Sonic meets
hey, man,
Sora.
what-
That's
yeah.
the one. That's the one. So maybe not Sonic and Sora.
That's
More
kind of
Shaggy.
just like your opinion, bro.
That's the one. That's
And
the one.
I was just like Eldritch Blast.
It was awesome. It's fantastic. But yeah, that's the thing is like, especially if you have people that you play D&D with that are so invested.
Yeah.
Because I know my D&D group and the D&D group that we played with, that I still play with at least, is like we do voices. We do we act as the characters. My guy's name's Ekron.
Yeah.
He's a tiefling paladin. And it's like, just like you were saying, it gives you the opportunity to do things that you would never do in real life.
Like mass murder.
Like mass murder.
Well,
No. For instance, I'll say I had a character moment where my big paladin boy had his love interest leave. I think you were part of the campaign when we did that, when this happened.
yeah.
And so he just went ballistic.
Yeah.
He just started like throwing people into lakes. He was like pounding on people's doors to get them up to try to get them to help him. He was doing like just going crazy.
Yeah.
And that's not. I'm a pretty tame person. I'm not going to go out and be like. I mean, I'm not like. I wouldn't consider myself a quiet person, but I'm tame and I'm not going to cause problems.
Yeah.
With D&D, I can cause problems.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fun. Yeah, just such a good time. So much fun. Love it. And I've got like, it's gotten to the point where I am now a dice gremlin, which means that I have like 10 sets of dice.
Dang.
Because every time I see a set of dice, I'm like, ooh, pretty. It's
Yeah.
mine now. So I've got a big old bag of dice, which probably 10 sets of dice is not that crazy. I know people who have so much more. But
Yeah.
gotten really into it, gotten into that. Like, I have 5 characters, 3 of them that are...
What?
Yeah. I've 3 of them that I'm using right now. I've got a halfling cleric that I'm playing right now. I've also got a tiefling paladin.
All in the same party?
No,
Or the
two of
different-
them are in the main campaign, which is the tiefling paladin and a shifter druid, which I don't know if you know what that means, but
No.
Shifter is basically like someone who can partially turn into like an animal and has an animal spirit inside of them. So my guy, his name was Gorn.
Gorn.
And
It's nice.
It's pretty cool. And he was a really old guy who could turn into, and his head and his shoulders shaped into a white lion.
What? Just his head?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's cool.
Dude.
It's cool. So yeah, and he was a druid, which means that druids can wild shape, which means that they can turn into other animals. And so shifting, which is what it's called when you turn into that thing,
Yeah.
stacks with wild shape. So I could become like a bear with a lion head.
What?
Yeah, it was really awesome.
Dude, that's crazy,
Yeah, it
man.
was nuts. But yeah, those guys, and then
This is the origin story for Cat Dog.
oh my gosh! Wait, can I make Cat Dog in D&D? I have to do this now. That's amazing.
Can you like somehow make yourself stretch too?
I don't think. I mean, there's like, no, probably not. No, there's nothing that's stretchy in D&D. I don't think.
Any
could be
sort of
wrong.
like, but I'm sure that there's like, or like illusions. There's,
Oh, yeah, you could do
There's illusions. You can.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You can make yourself stretch or something.
Oh yeah, minor illusion. Just
Yeah.
whoop. Yeah, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
for sure. But yeah, best like RPG I've ever played.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because that would be a turn based. What's your favorite? Actually, well.
Oh
is
yeah,
Breath
you never
of-
said your favorite Pokemon.
Oh, I didn't. That's
No.
right.
Give me your top
Huh.
5.
My favorite Pokemon
Yeah,
would probably be.
top 5. If you don't have like one main.
I'd say my number 1 is Umbreon.
Umbreon. Understandable. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
That's my dog. I love Umbreon. Absol. I'm a dog guy.
Nice.
Next would probably be. Let's see what we got. Let's see what's on the menu. Let's see what we got. Dude, I say that like all the time. Like,
What?
all right, so like I work with children who have special needs, and I have like a little like iPad that has various things that I do with the kids, and it's like preloaded every day. So it's like I never have to like plan anything. It's looking at me, I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and I'm just like, okay, what's on the menu for today? And he doesn't. Yeah, it's.
He doesn't get it. But
No,
it's
no,
just
but
for you.
I
It's
say
just
it
for
every
you.
day,
Yeah.
every time. But anyways, so I would say Umbreon.
Okay.
Honestly, just without thinking, I love Umbreon, Absol, Empoleon,
Very nice.
Dragonite. Freaking love Dragonite.
Dragonite's great. Powerful.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like he should be, but packs a freaking punch.
Number 5, if I can combine these two, will be Latios and Latios.
Nice. Classic.
There we go.
Classic.
There we go.
We love it. Yeah. Not a huge fan of Pokemon.
You're not? Wait, really?
Pokemon's
Why?
okay. I've played enough Pokemon where I'm like, I get it.
I just like that old school vibe, you know?
That if it's the I don't like the new 3D ones.
Yeah.
Because I played Sword and Shield and I didn't finish it because I was like, I'm bored.
Yeah.
I just again, because this is all I do with Pokemon games is just farm in one field to level up my Pokemon to the maximum evolution that they can get and then move on. And then hopefully it's really easy to get through. But then it gets, if the game is not challenging to a degree, then I'm like, this is boring.
Did you ever play Diamond and Pearl?
I don't think so.
Oh, man. I'm not sure if it was just Diamond and Pearl, but one of them you can make poffins.
The heck is a Poffin?
Poffin? Do you guys know Poffins?
I've
so
never
essentially,
heard of a Poffin.
It was like a cooking thing.
Uh huh.
On the DS, you would have to like put your Poffin in there, or like put your ingredients in there, and like try to get like the perfect temperature, the perfect heat, the perfect speed.
They're
all
just
the
trying to
thi-
make Cooking Mama. They're just
And,
that's
bro,
all it is.
But like every time you would like make one, you could like give it to your guy as like whatever.
So I didn't know the name of it, but yes, they still have that in Sword and Shield.
Really? Oh, dude, yeah, man. I used to make those all the time when I was like 11. I used to be like, I'm cooking, mama. I'm cooking.
awesome.
That was pretty fun, and I used to just like, man, I remember Pokemon Platinum. I had 300 hours in that game. Man.
Wow.
I would just play it, but I mean, dude, that was when I was 11, so I had a
You
lot
didn't
more
have
time.
much else to do, yeah.
When I finished my 6 math problems for the day, I was able to,
Grind with your freaking
Yeah.
Empoleon, yeah.
yeah, until I passed out and woke up, and next thing I knew, I was on the bus and doing math again. That's,
Bro, to be a child.
yeah, man. Oh,
But yeah, I think Pokemon, all in all, Pokemon, subpar. In the beginning, great. Later, subpar.
yeah, I will say things have died down. I do kind of like the more open direction they're going.
Yo, yeah, I mean, open world, I mean, we've talked about this before.
Oh, yeah.
Totally for it. I haven't played Arceus. I've heard it's great, and I've heard they changed a lot with it, and I'm like, still looks like a Pokemon game.
But still, like, the fact that it's more, like, open, though, and, like, you can, like, do a lot more, and it's more 3D, and you're not, like, small,
We'll say it looks like a PS2 game.
Yeah, it
It does not look good.
That's, yeah.
Because I remember watching the first trailer, and I was like, is this finished?
Yeah.
It's genuinely
Yeah.
like, it's a little jarring. It's like, are we sure we're done here? Did someone sign off on this?
And see, that's why I say that, like I feel like I have standards when it comes to games. Like, I'm like, I can't. I'm a looker, I'm a looker.
He's a looker.
Yeah. I
You know what that means is you're hot, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a
Oh.
looker. Means he's hot.
Really? What does that mean?
Karis is agreeing that you're hot.
Oh.
For those of you off camera, Karis just went,
I never knew that. To say I'm a looker?
yeah. No, or he's a looker. It's
Oh,
usually
okay. So
directed
like,
at somebody else.
yeah,
You're not
like,
like, I'm a looker.
yeah, okay. That makes sense. Oh. Well, like I guess I will pick a game that's like visually pleasing
understandable.
over a game that's like well, it depends. I'm trying to give a good example.
Give me
What's
a
good
good
example?
8-bit beautiful game that looks like it was made in the 1990s over any
give it-
flipping 1080p, triple HD. Don't care if it sucks.
Let me give a good
Because a game
example.
can be the most beautiful game you've ever seen in your entire life and be boring as crap.
I'm trying to think of a game that's beautiful that
Is boring.
is boring. Let me think.
Stray.
Yes.
There you go.
In that case, okay, but that's a boring game.
It's a boring game.
It's actually not very beautiful though.
I
to be
looked
honest.
at. I mean,
It's alright.
it's pretty, but I played it for about 20 minutes, and I was like, so I'm a cat and walk around, and I'm supposed to be intrigued about this post-apocalyptic place that's probably going to end up being like every other post-apocalyptic game you've ever played in your entire life. And I was like, I've wasted enough time.
Yeah. Okay. I know a good one. Although I think it's still good.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like not everyone regards it as such.
Okay.
Infamous Second Son.
I think Infamous Second Son is fantastic.
It is fantastic,
It's really
but
good.
the graphics are
Not good.
they're beautiful, dude.
I'm just kidding.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
They're
Yeah.
great. They're great.
Honestly, it makes me want to move to Seattle. Like it's like
They're pretty good. I would say it's around the same era, and we're spoiled with video games these days. It's around the same era of like Witcher 3, where during that time you're like, oh my gosh, and then you go back later and you're like, okay, I've seen better now, but it's still good. You know what I mean?
what is the most visually pleasing game you've ever played?
That's really hard.
Do you want me to go first while you think?
Yes.
Ghost of Tsushima. Oh my gosh.
Understandable.
Oh my
Understandable.
gosh.
Understandable.
Dude. Fun fact, the people who made Infamous Second Son made Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh,
And that it
makes
really
a lot of
tracks
sense. Yeah.
because it's so beautiful. I spend more time in the photo mode than I did actually playing the game. Like I would just like walk around and like it was. Have you played Ghost of Tsushima?
I've played like the prologue, and that's it. I haven't
Okay.
played a lot of it.
The prologue's beautiful though.
It's great. Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Such a beautiful game.
It's gorgeous.
One of the few games where, like, honestly, dude, when I would come home from work, I would, your main character could play the flute. I would play the flute and just walk around. Like,
That sounds lovely.
I would, like, walk through, like, waterfalls and, like, sunsets and mountain peaks, and they have, like, oceans, but, it's sometimes, like, rainy and cloudy, and then, like, you're just, like, standing there looking majestic in the wind, and you're just like, come get me, you Mongols. And then,
Come and kiss me, you mongrels.
yeah, and, like, it's such a beautiful game, man.
That's fantastic. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It definitely is.
What would you say is your favorite or most visually pleasing game?
This is gonna have nostalgia goggles a little bit.
Okay.
Sea of Thieves.
Huh. I can see why you'd say that.
I love a game because you play most PlayStation or Xbox games.
Yeah.
They're going for that animated realism.
Yeah.
Right? There's not an aesthetic to it. I'm all about a good aesthetic. Love a good aesthetic. So when you go into Sea of Thieves, you don't look like just a dude dressed as a pirate.
Yeah.
You look like a caricature.
Yeah.
And the sunset and the water animation for Sea of Thieves.
Interesting. I never played Sea of Thieves. I've seen so many funny gameplays of it.
It's one of the funniest games I've ever played. I think so. Most of the time, me and a friend of mine, we would play Sea of Thieves, and we would try to get a huge band of pirates, as many as we could.
Yeah.
And then burn the ship.
Wait, what?
We would like get on there and we would take the little firebomb thing that you get. And be like, all right, gentlemen, see ya, and just start throwing bombs at the ship. And no, we would be jumping off.
Oh god!
Yeah, we would like as we're walking behind, like start throwing bombs. We're taking damage and stuff. Usually, most of us would die, but we would come back, spawn on the ship or spawn on the island as the ship is burning.
Wow!
And everybody's like, "Yo!" just flipping out. So yeah, super fun. I was like, I'm the kid that blew up your Minecraft, your Minecraft town.
Man.
That's totally me because I love
That sucks,
A little
dude.
chaos is fun.
Bro, I was watching this one Sea of Thieves gameplay clip, and this guy, they were driving or sailing, and then the guy's like, Captain!
Yeah, I love that one.
And then it's like the Pirates of the Caribbean teams. And
And he's like, look!
How did he get his ship to fall down from... How did that happen?
I don't know. I don't. I wish I knew. But no, I remember like because that's generally what it's like is like suddenly there's a ship there,
Yeah.
and it's shooting at you. Deal with your problem.
Yeah.
It's like because genuinely like I've had I played with my friend Corbin,
Yeah.
and we would be playing and it would just suddenly there would be a ghost ship, and now you suddenly have to deal with this, or there was a kraken, and you're just like you're just going about your day. You're like, oh, let's go to this island on the bit like over in here and see if we can find some gold, and then suddenly you're being attacked by like 3 sharks, and it's terrifying and fantastic because you're suddenly just the level of panic,
Yeah.
is palpable and fantastic.
That sounds... So, is the world big? Like if you
It's
were...
huge.
Okay, so like if
Yeah.
you're in a map, would you say it's like Minecraft size or smaller, bigger?
Garrus, you played a lot of Sea of Thieves with us.
Well,
Big.
Minecraft is like infinite.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh.
it's not
Nothing's
infinite.
Minecraft.
Yeah, no.
Nothing's Minecraft.
But it's big. It's big.
big.
Yeah. Karis actually got into it way more than we. He actually learned how to play the game. We didn't. We just kind of fricked around on things. We were like, let's go find treasure, and then died from a kraken. That
sounds hilarious.
It was really fun though. It's one of definitely a game that has a lot of nostalgia for me. It's so much fun. It's a game that like I've heard it said. I was watching like a Let's Play of it.
Yeah.
Which is such an outdated term, I guess. But I was watching somebody play Sea of Thieves, and they said it the best is like, if I was 12 years old,
Yeah.
I would never not be playing this with my friends. Like if I was like a couple years younger and like still in like middle school, elementary school,
Yeah.
I would tear this game to pieces. I would play it all the time.
I mean, it seems like it's just such a immersive game to get into, and
Yep.
my only fear is that like, are you familiar with the Zimbardo prison experiment? No, really, this is related. No, Karis knows.
Go ahead. No.
All right. a little psychology for you.
Okay.
All right, to be very brief, essentially this guy named Philip Zimbardo did a very controversial experiment where he wanted to see how people would react if they were going through the entire process of being put into jail. They were it was all just
Fabricated.
yeah, it was all replicated. Nobody was harmed or anything. And it was just like, and it wasn't in an actual jail. It was like just a simulation.
Okay.
But the wardens were simulated. The people were simulated. But the thing that made it the unethical was the fact that the psychologist Philip Zimbardo, he was the head of all of it, but he was also in it as well. He was like the headmaster of the prison, and so everyone started to like get this mindset. And how this relates to Sea of Thieves is I just feel like I would become like pirate minded like all the time. Like I feel like I would be like
You get pirate mind.
I'd be like, and 99 fish swam into the water, and only 95 come out of the water.
Shark in the water. Yeah, no, you get pirate brain a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you're like, man, I got to raise these masts. And you're like, hang on.
Yeah.
You kind of look internal and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in my room alone.
Or like if my fiance asked me, what did I do in the game? I'm like, I made a man walk the plank.
Yeah. It's definitely makes you feel piratey like nothing else.
So besides the Kraken,
Mm-hmm.
like what other were there other like fish and stuff that could kill you?
I mean, they've updated it like crazy recently, so probably I haven't played it in a long time. I know the main thing was that there was a Kraken. There was, which the Kraken was so scary.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
It's terrifying. It's genuinely like, have you seen Pirates of the Caribbean?
I have, yeah.
Yeah. So you know how the tentacles just come out of the water?
Oh no!
That's all that like you're just walking around and suddenly you see a tentacle coming out of the water and you're like, holy Jesus! And you just run. You just sprint to safety, to what you hope to be safety,
Yeah.
or to a cannon. Yeah, it's very scary.
How big was it? So like if you like hopped in the water and
Huge.
looked at it,
Huge.
oh my!
They did
gosh.
great with scale. The scale of that game, you remember, Karis? Scale of like the ships, the Kraken, everything. Enormous.
Dang,
So
could it
cool.
like grab your ship and then just like
That's what happens if you don't like frick up the Kraken, is that it grabs your ship. And
does it eat
destroys
you or does it just like kill you?
It kind of, I think it just kills you. I don't remember being eaten, but I remember it being horrendously stressful.
Yeah.
Because you just start to feel. I think there's like a sign. I haven't played it in a really long time. Where there's like either it's like the vibrations in the water or something like that. That you're like, it's Kraken. We need to know.
Oh my gosh!
But it's really subtle, so it's terrifying.
Oh man!
But yeah, there was like ghost ships. There was like other players that would just come up and frick you up and steal your crap because it's pirates. Yeah, it was GTA for pirates. It's fantastic.
But that sounds so fun. I mean,
was
just
wonderful.
like singing pirate shanties with the boys.
Have you? Okay, so they have instruments. This is my
Really?
favorite part of Sea of Thieves. Karis, you can attribute. This is the best part, and I can tell you the theme that they play that we always played at sunset.
Oh my gosh!
So there was this thing that it looked like a guitar, but it had a handle like this, and it was kind of like a big music box.
Interesting.
They had a squeeze box, and they had a guitar, and so you would play that, and if you played it together, then you played the same song together.
Wow.
So there was this beautiful song that was like da na 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 na, and you would play that, and the sun would be setting as the waves crash over the ship, and holy jeez,
Bro.
it's the closest thing I've ever felt to heroin.
Oh my! Oh wow! Wow! Really? That's the closest.
Oh God, sweet ecstasy!
Dude, that's what I want to do for the bachelor's party.
Just play Sea of Thieves and play things, and play instruments.
Well, do pirate shanties.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say do heroin.
Oh no! Sorry, I can see why
That's
you might
all I
think
want to do
that.
for the bachelor party. Do heroin.
Wait! I didn't really mean that. What I really meant was shanties.
We've talked about that. That's the plan.
Like I just want all of us to be like locking arms and kicking our legs.
We've done shanties on the pod before.
Have we? Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah. Don't. I saw you start to do it. You were like
One line. One line.
Good.
It is time to go now.
You always pick this one. I don't know this one.
Okay. The only other one I know is the Wellerman.
There once was a ship that put to sea. Yeah.
Dude, I had a proud moment.
Go ahead.
It wasn't even my kid, but I was proud.
Okay, go on.
Working with my kid today.
Right.
And his little sister is 3 years old, and she was like, "Daddy, I want to hear the Wellerman song." I was like, "Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do,
honey.
I was like, that dad is doing something right.
Correct. Fully agree.
There you go, man.
But I think we're gonna wrap up here because I know we're getting a little lengthy.
Oh yeah.
But thank you guys so much for tuning in again. Super cool that you can see us now.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Nice pod.
Nice
man.
pod. Good pod. Do you want to close this out with a prayer?
Yes. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this wonderful day. God, I just pray over everyone who's listening to this that, God, you will just watch over them and just protect them. And I just pray that you'll allow them to have a wonderful and blessed week. In Jesus' mighty name do we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right, dude. See you next week.
See you next week.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Good stuff.